For my next video, I'm going to switch and work on Proverbs. So Proverbs requires a little bit, it's not strict narrative, so sometimes it's a little bit more difficult. So just to see how we do a different genre. So I have this template I've made for chapters in Proverbs, and it has this structure. Um, Underscore paragraph or indent one. Now this is so in paratext, it's not actually a real paragraph marker, it's an indent marker. But that causes the text to be kind of like you see here in the NIV or NASB, where it's you start out with kind of a new section for each verse. In fact, they have an indentation number 2, I think, for the second line in this, which I haven't bothered to mark. Because we haven't really made a final decision on how to do this, I put or here, paragraph or indent 1, but I just put paragraph in the English version. Okay, so let's see what it says. People who drink too much wine or beer are mockers. They are noisy and make trouble. Okay, so I can do that this way. People who drink too much wine. Now, I suspect that beer is not literal. And if I look over at the NASB, it just says wine. But look, NIV has wine and beer. Let's see what it says. And oh, so in Proverbs we have the translation notes, the TNN. So I rearranged here. I put NIV, NASB, and display text, and then this is the translation notes, and then the translator's handbook. So I tend to use the notes as my first resource if it's available, especially since we're using the translation notes display version. So let's see what it says about wine. The words wine and beer are used here as figures of speech. They represent people who drink wine and beer. The word the NIV translates as wine refers specifically to an alcoholic drink made from grape juice. So it sounds like it's literally wine. Strong drink, a brawler. So it says strong drink. Intoxicating drink, a brawler. I see. So they used beer, a different type of alcoholic drink, in order to use a different word. The word that the NIV translates as beer refers to other alcoholic drinks. These include beer and wine made from other things. Let's investigate. Do we have the word alcohol? We do have a word alcohol, substance that people drink and causes them to become drunk. Let's see. So we could use drinks that have alcohol. Let's just check to see if we have alcoholic. Probably don't. No. Okay, but we could use drinks that. Okay, so people who drink too much wine uh, mock. Oh, but we can't use mock. We use mock is a complex word. So if we look in the how to, okay, so mock, pair that with laugh B, which is laugh at. Okay, you can see that mock is a complex word. Well, you can tell it from the how-to because it wouldn't be there listed as a complex word otherwise. But mock is magenta in this sense column, so that's a complex word. So what we'll do here is people who drink too much wine laugh, mock at other people. Now, it says is a mocker. So literally, it doesn't say, we don't, other people is implicit. So I'm going to mark that implicit. Now, people who drink too much wine, I'd like to mark people as with what we call the implicit necessary, but it makes the whole phrase implicit necessary. So, but I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to leave that as is because drink too much wine is literal, or at least drink wine, or at least wine is literal. So I need that's in the phrase here. So we'll just make do with that for the first sentence. And beer is a brawler. So um, and so it said that beer stood for other alcoholic drinks. So I'll just repeat this structure. People who drink other uh, drinks that contain alcohol. So I'm actually being a little bit more literal than the TND. So it'd be fine. It'd just be fine. It would be fine to do it like the TND. Um, but I'm going to do it this way because I read about what it means here. But you could just go with it the way it said in the TND. Okay, so people who drink other drinks that contain alcohol, what do? They are noisy. I just want to make sure noisy, we have that. So noisy would be an adjective or an object attribute. Seems like a word that we would have, but yes, noisy is a simple word. Are noisy, and those people, so we're referring to the people that we've already mentioned. Um, okay, but I'm going to do something. Now, I wouldn't expect everybody to know to do this, but I want to include all of these people, people one and people two. So I'm going to say that's a different noun index. So this is a subtlety that you might not get. And those people make trouble. Uh, let's see, the other display text is make lots of noise. Uh, brawler seems to mean fighting. If I go with trouble, I would say cause people to have trouble. Uh, I'm wondering what a brawler means. A brawler is noisy, disorderly, and aggressive. Okay, again, I'm going to be a little bit more literal than this. Instead of just cause trouble, I'm going to say are noisy and violent. And I think that's going to be a good way to go here. Violent is a simple word. Okay, so I've handled this first verse. Whoever is led astray, a person who gets drunk shows complete lack of wisdom, or he's foolish. NIV says not wise, not wise. Shows a complete lack of wisdom. I think is not wise would be easier to express. We're not going to be able to say lack of. Um, shows a lack of. So, but we can say a person. Now this is going to be another noun index. Who I think we have drunk as an adjective. So we're in object attributes here or adjectives. Go to the D's. Drunk, yes, is a simple word. Now they say who gets drunk, but we would say becomes drunk. Is not wise. Okay, that's good. And just to show you the form of the verb to be here, let's go to events. And the word be, we have in this other series of videos I go into all the senses of be, I describe them. We have like 26 senses of be. And this one is predicative. So it's BD. Predicative. John is tall. You use an adjective. So that's BD. But it's not be, it's become. Okay, well, it turns out we have that form of become too. Predicative is become A. John's clothes became white. So we could mark that become A, but it will know because it's an adjective that that's the form. Person who becomes drunk is not wise. So I'm going to stop there with Proverbs 21. And I think I'll show you how to do the phase 2 on this one.